Hi, Professor Wenaina here, your 5 minutes teacher on education, childhood, youth, parenting, and all things school. Welcome. At some point as a mother, you will face a reality that might feel uncomfortable. Stepping back and letting the father take charge in guiding your son. It's not about being replaced or undervalued. It's about understanding the distinct role fathers play in a boy's life, especially as he approaches adolescence. Fathers and sons share a unique dynamic, one that hinges on respect, affirmation, and an almost unspoken understanding of what it means to become a man. Your affection, guidance, and care remain invaluable, yes, but there is a threshold where a boy begins to seek something you cannot provide: his father's approval. Boys, particularly as they grow, develop an inherent need for the affirmation of their father. In his book, Raising Boys, Steve Biddulph notes that while mothers are the primary attachment figures early on, fathers take on an increasing importance as boys seek models of manhood. It's not merely about providing an example, but rather about delivering a type of respect that is different from maternal affection, one grounded in challenge, accountability, and the unyielding gaze that boys deeply desire from their fathers. This transition can feel like a loss, but it's not a reflection on your lack of importance as a mother. This is not about you. It is about the developmental needs of your son. A boy needs to be grounded in his father's affirmation and presence. Without it, boys often act out, seeking that masculine approval wherever they can find it. The father's role becomes about setting limits, issuing challenges, and sometimes showing tough love in a way that builds character rather than simply consoling, a role mothers are not suited for. It is important to understand that fathers don't always get it right either, but their approach, though different from yours, is important for developing resilience and self-worth in a boy. Boys need to know they are respected by the men they admire, and often that respect isn't handed out lightly. Fathers have an ability to demand it, ask their sons to prove themselves in ways that can feel uncomfortable, unnecessary, or even downright cruel to a mother. This might make you want to intervene. Don't. It's in these moments that boys start to understand the weight of respect, hard work, and earning a place in the world of men. Research has shown that when fathers are let to guide their sons, boys tend to have better self-esteem and a more defined sense of identity. Erikson's theory of psychosocial development highlights that one of the key stages of adolescence involves identity versus role confusion. During this phase, boys begin to explore what it means to become a man. If this exploration is done solely under maternal influence, boys will feel incomplete or uncertain in their masculine identity. Fathers act as mirrors, reflecting back the values, discipline, and strength their sons need to solidify their masculinity. Now, that's not to say you have no role to play. On the contrary, you remain the emotional anchor in many ways. But emotional security is just one piece of the puzzle. Boys will look to their fathers for guidance on handling conflicts, taking risks, and assuming responsibility, areas where a father's lived experience as a man often resonates more. Stepping back doesn't mean being absent. It means allowing space for the father-son relationship to evolve. Boys need to test themselves against their fathers, to fail, to succeed, and to earn respect on their own terms. It's not personal. It's business. The business of growing into men who stand tall, knowing they've been acknowledged by the very figure they most admire, their father. As hard as it may be, allowing this process to unfold is part of your gift to your son. By letting go, you enable him to take his first steps into manhood with the guidance of the person who knows the path most intimately, his father. If you try to hold on too tightly, you risk preventing your son from receiving the vital lessons his father can offer. Remember, a mother's love is the roots, but a father's respect is the wings. Without one, a boy may remain grounded, but without the other, he may never learn to fly. Thank you for your time. See you in the next lesson.